What brand are you loyal to and why? Petsl, extremely well-made life support equipment. They are the masters of caving equipment, even though they center their brand on rock climbers nowadays. Selling to climbers equals dollars. They don't use cheap materials for accessory components like Black Diamond does. I also really like Roma for their bolt hangers and bolting hammers. Patagonia. I ripped a pair of long johns after 5 years of wearing them, so I sent them in. Patagonia no longer made that style of capelline anymore, so instead of sending me a new pair they sent me my money back. I took that money and bought a new fleece. I have sent them jackets with holes and broken zippers and they come back fixed within a few weeks. Phenomenal customer service. Patagonia also reuses all old fabrics in order to keep the environment clean. I think everything they make now is from recycled material excluding zippers. I remember seeing a banner on their page that said that and below it also said not yet. It's not a brand per se, but there is a tire place in my hometown called Just Tires who I will forever sing the praises of. My mom has those expensive low profile tires. She went there once wanting to buy 2 then come back next payday and buy the next 2 because she couldn't afford to buy all 4. Now the owner sees her tires and they are bad. He says he cannot in good conscience let my mom drive on bad tires and let's get pay for 2 but take all 4, trusting her to come back and pay for both, which she did. Fast forward a month and it's my turn to get tires and he gives me a quote for his cheapest brand. He finds out that he missed the sale of the cheap brand and didn't have more, puts the good tires on my car and sells them to me for the price he originally told me I'd pay. I'm always going to go there for new tires. Still, my dad once bought a commercial still weed eater for use around his property. It's a 2-cycle engine so it takes gas mixed with oil. Dad did not know this. He ran it on straight gas until it locked up. The still technician who fixed it told him it would either last a week or a lifetime. No telling. That was 30 years ago and it still runs great. All the outdoor stuff I buy is still runs great. Fisher Price. I bought a baby swing at a second-hand market. It was about 5 years old but it still worked great. Only, when we set it up at home, I discovered it was missing the waist straps that form part of the harness. On a whim, I called up Fisher Price and asked if there was some way to order the straps. The customer service person looked up the serial number of the swing and immediately sent me a new set of straps free of charge. When I asked why they were sending me new straps, even though I had been honest and told them I had gotten the swing second hand, I was told that Fisher Price is dedicated to the safety of babies and children and that they will always back up their products, no matter how old they are or how they were bought. It may be an image thing or a liability thing but I was honestly blown away by the level of customer service they offered. I had a Fisher Price tape cassette player I got as a child. In my teens, the 80s, I got into heavy metal and punk. Think Black Flag, Slayer, King Diamond, Anthrax, etc etc. Well, this cassette player was impervious to damage. Literally you could take a damn hammer to the thing and would keep on playing whatever was in it. So that became my group's go-to portable music player. A bunch of dudes with long hair, mohawks, combat boots, piercings, and a Fisher Price tape cassette player. Pilot G2 pens. Black, 0.38mm. They're just perfect pens. Smooth. Feel good in the hand. Love the pocket clip that I fidget with in meetings. If I had one recommendation it'd be to make that clip stronger, as I break them on pretty much all my pens. Carhartt. Their clothing is awesome and really great quality. Yes, I have a Carhartt hoodie I bought when I was in trade school in 2012. It went through trade school, a sprinkler making job, an aluminium cladding factory, and in 2020 I still have it and it doesn't have a single hole in it. I'm shocked the aluminium cladding factory didn't ruin it. I had so many pinpricks in my clothing from the sharp edges. Chewy.com. This is a place that really cares about animals. I've heard nothing but great stories about them from their customers. Their customer service is on point, and they make customers feel like they and their pets matter. They have gone above and beyond for me several times, but the most touching story is the most recent. A couple months ago I lost my dog. His name was Riker. He was a 5-year-old Siberian Husky, and he had diabetes. It was a freak accident, an infection caused by a routine neutering procedure. This dog was everything to me. He was hilarious, sweethearted, and happy, and never in my life did I imagine I would be losing him so soon. I was using Chewy's scheduled delivery service for 2 different kinds of prescription dog food to help regulate his diabetes. I was always afraid of a recall on his food would leave us in a pinch because he needed to eat and receive an insulin shot twice a day. If he didn't eat, I had to keep an even closer than usual eye on him to make sure he didn't fall into hypoglycemia and have a seizure. Because of this fear, I always ordered several extra cases of food so we could manage through a potential recall if need be. When my boy passed away, I had almost 4x12 can cases of his food stocked up with nowhere for it to go, and his food was quite expensive, so that was around 50. I called Chewy and explained my situation, asking if there was any way I could return the unopened cases for a refund. The agent I spoke with told me they would refund me for those cases of food, and advised me to donate the food to a local animal shelter. They didn't ask for proof of the cases, proof that my dog had passed, or react with any skepticism at all. They told me they were sorry for my loss and that everyone at Chewy is family regardless of the loss of a pet. A week later I received a gorgeous bouquet of flowers in honor of Riker from Chewy with yet more condolences and well wishes. This effort blew me away entirely. I was in a very low place after losing my dog, and their kindness and thoughtfulness touched my heart. If you have a pet, I would strongly recommend checking out chewy.com to see if they have what you need. Dawn dish soap. It never fails to get dishes clean and other dirt, grease, and grime off. NyQuil. No other medicine. I've tried others. Nothing helps me sleep like NyQuil when I'm sick. Dawn is the shit. Also good for getting rid of fleas on dogs and stains out of carpet and fabric. Dawn is an essential ingredient in skunk smell remover as well. MSI. I had a video card that melted my entire computer outside of the warranty period. I sent the video card in on an RMA. They asked if it did any damage to the rest of my computer. I said yes. They then requested a copy of the parts I bought as long as it's through a company they know. Fortunately, I bought all my parts through Newegg, sent them my order, and they completely reimbursed me for my entire computer. I had MSI Mobo as well. Since then I always get their products. They didn't need to do that since my GPU was out of warranty. Leatherman knives. They make great multi-tools. I've had mine like 4 years and have lifetime warranties. They also send you new ones if yours breaks. I was on a training mission and had one on my vest, and in a combat camera video you can see it fly out of its holder and fall on the ground. And I sent the video to Leatherman saying I lost it, and they sent me a new one. Lego. Because of the quality and consistency. It's just a classic brand. Edit. Wow. Did not expect this to be so popular. Shameless plug. But because many people have complained about prices, I wrote software that analyzes the per brick price. Hope that helps. Also, after posting my initial comment, I spent the whole morning with my 2.5-year-old at the Lego store. We had so much fun and the employees are top notch. I've bought many Lego sets over the years and I've never once had a set that had missing pieces. You always end up with extra pieces, but never has there been a missing piece. That's an incredible level of accuracy if you think about how many Lego sets they put out. Edit. Wow. Missing Lego pieces is really provocative, really gets the people talking. When I was younger I would buy old Lego sets, stopped cause I ran out of space, and we once bought this Star Wars walker that had been sold in like 2006 or something. We just went on Lego's website and were able to order a piece that was missing. Honda, outboard, CRV, snowblower, they just work, all the time. My CRV is awesome to drive. My Honda snowblower does things none of my neighbors can come close to. It was 3 times the price though, but I'm not trying to die from shoveling. Darn tough socks. They are just awesome in every way and worth every penny. Wondered when I'd see Honda. Drove my 2004 Civic X to 210,000 miles. Sold it for $2,700. And bought a 2016 Civic Touring. Never had to do anything to the old Civic other than brakes, oil, routine stuff. Hopefully the new Civic is just as reliable. Compared to my wife's Nissan Rogue, which has had transmission problems and AC issues, it's night and day. I'll be trying to convince her to spring for something Honda for her next vehicle. A long while ago, when I was a mechanic, I had a new client come in for service. Client said that they just found out that they needed to do something called an oil change. Explained to client that oil changes are a regular service, etc. I asked how long since their last one. They replied, well, never. I didn't know it was a thing. I asked how long they had the car. They said since new. So, a brief inspection showed they had, in fact, never had an oil change. When questioned about what happens when the oil light comes on, they thought that it just meant you had to pour a little in the engine until the light went off. The car, a 1997 Honda Accord with 240,000 miles. It solidified for me that Hondas are fucking tanks. Client had never serviced their car in the 240,000 miles they drove it, and it still ran. It kinda ran rough, but it ran. JanSport backpacks. Mine lasted almost 30 years before it finally fell apart at the seams. I remembered it had a lifetime warranty, so I shipped it into their warranty department. I expected they would throw it away and replace it with the nearest equivalent. Got it back 2 weeks later. Since there was nothing wrong with the fabric, they had resewn all the seams, and now it's like brand new again. They also sent me an information slip detailing the history of the model of backpack.